first reading from the letter of James has sometimes been a point of contention among non-Catholic Christians, what we sometimes call Protestants, because they believe in something called sola fide, which means faith alone is enough. And ironically, that's what we believe too. But the problem is sometimes we take it to extremes and we say faith alone is enough. In other words, I don't have to do any actions. As opposed to the other extreme, which in the early church was a heresy, called Pelagianism, which said, if I do enough good deeds, I can earn my way to heaven. And we know that's not true. And that's actually the good news, because we don't have to earn heaven. Salvation is a gift. However, we do need to be active to show that we are faithful. It's not enough that we just say, I am a Christian, but we have to act like Christians. Gandhi once said, I would be a Christian in an instant if Christians would follow the teachings of Christ. So there is a detachment at some point. And this is what James is railing against. He's essentially saying, if you were arrested tomorrow for being a Christian, would there be enough evidence to convict you as a Christian? And we might say, well, yeah, because I wear a gold cross. I've seen many gangsters who wear gold crosses. Okay? Doesn't make you a Christian. Oh, I have a rosary in my pocket. Yeah, but do you know how to use it? Or have you ever used it? And so is there enough that we would be convicted based on our works? And that's what James says. He says, show me your faith without works, and I'll show you my faith through what I do. There can't be a disconnect here. But we not only do it with our faith, we do it with other things as well. You know, you'll encounter the people who will say, well, yeah, I want to save the planet. And they have a bumper sticker on their car that says, you know, save our earth, as their exhaust pipe is pumping black smoke out because they haven't gotten that oil leak fixed. And they flick their cigarette butt out the window. That we say, you know, yeah, we hear about this giant island of plastic, and we want to be good stewards, and we want to save the earth, but we have no problem discarding our red Solo cups or our clear cups. And they float around the sidewalks and the yards and everywhere else. That we can say, yes, you know, we need to allow refugees to come in, you know, at least from Puerto Rico. I mean, that's one of our own territories. But which of us have opened our doors and said, yes, they can stay here? I would dare say probably none of us. We're going to let strangers who we do not know come and live with our family in our house for an undetermined amount of time, and we are going to feed and clothe it, etc., etc. So there is a disconnect where it's really easy to support something with a bumper sticker or to wear a ribbon for a week or a month or whatever. That doesn't cost anything. That doesn't hurt. That doesn't mean sacrifice. But if we say, if we believe what we say we believe, that's going to mean sacrifice. This is where this gospel comes in with Jesus. This is a turning point in Mark's gospel. It's called the Great Confession, because Peter says, you are the Christ, essentially. Now Matthew blows this out a lot farther. He goes into a lot of detail. In Mark's gospel, it's very simple, but I want to put this into human terms, because sometimes we hear this and it's a two-dimensional story on a page. I mean, set up the scene and imagine this. They're walking through the area of Caesarea Philippi. And they're walking along, and maybe some of the apostles are having small conversations as they walk along. They're trailing behind Jesus there. And as they're walking, Jesus says, who do people say that I am? And now they're looking at each other like, I'm not going to say. Who do you say? I'm not going to say. You say. Because up to this point, the apostles have been sticking their feet in their mouth. It seems everything they say or they do, Jesus is kind of, you know, giving them a little formation. So one of them speaks up. Some say John the Baptist. Others say Elijah. Some say one of the prophets. Who do you say that I am? You are the Christ. And everything stops. You are the Christ. And he turns to Peter and says, you are correct. who I am. He goes on to say, yes, so the Son of Man will be handed over to men, and they will reject him, and they will kill him, and then on the third day he will rise again. And you can imagine Peter at one point here saying, Lord, could you come here just for a minute? Could you come aside? And he pulls him aside. And he says, what are you doing? You have powers beyond reason. You could topple the Roman Empire with a word. Why are you saying this stuff to them? That you're going to suffer and die and rise? Why would you even say that? You're going to scandalize them. You're going to break their spirits. Or you are the one we've been waiting for. And it says Jesus then faced the group and said, get behind me, Satan. In other words, I'm not following you. You follow me. Get behind me, Satan. Because you're thinking as mankind thinks. They don't want the pain. They don't want the sacrifice. It's almost like an Epicureanism, where we pursue pleasure and avoid pain at all costs. You're thinking like them, but not like my Father thinks. Those who lose their life for me in the gospel will gain it. And anyone who must follow me must pick up their cross and follow out. These are harsh words, but there is a disconnect. We don't get it. We want the glory like they do. It's easy. It's easy to worship. It's easy to come to Mass. It's easy to support something or, even to say the prayers, but when it costs, when it makes a sacrifice, that's a little harder. I remember in the seminary at St. Vincent, the first week we got there, it was an international seminary, so we had guys from South America, we had them from India, from the East, we had them from Africa. And we had to eat with the students in the college because our dining hall wasn't ready yet. So there we are eating among students, we're seminarians, we're eating among faculty members, and we're sitting there. And this one Ugandan seminarian is not eating. And I thought maybe they don't have anything here to eat. Or maybe he doesn't like this food, or maybe he's just homesick. And so I asked him, are you okay? And he said, I'm sick. And I asked, well, what's wrong? He said, I have watched people putting food into that barrel. And the amount of food in that barrel could feed my people, my village for a week. He was sick. Because people, it was faculty, it was students, it was seminarians. We were taking maybe what we didn't want to eat. Maybe it wasn't to our taste, or maybe it wasn't done to our specifications, or maybe we had too much, or we had eyes bigger than stomach. People were just throwing out half of their meal in the trash. And he could feed his village for a week. When we talk about a disconnect, I imagine if I asked everyone in that cafeteria, would you feed the hungry? Would you feed these poor children? Unanimously, we would say yes. But what we say does not match up what we do. I remember also at the seminary being there for September 11th. Last week we commemorated that. Most of you will not even remember September 11th and what happened. But I remember the Basilica at St. Vincent was never full. It was never full on a Sunday, never full on a holy day. Even at graduation, it wasn't full. There were always pockets of empty, except on the evening of September 11th. Everyone was there. It was packed to overflowing. And not only in the Basilica, you could go to the churches in New York, even around the ground zero area there. The churches in Washington, D.C., in California, in Alaska, even in France, they dusted out some of the churches and they went in there. People were in churches everywhere. They weren't necessarily Catholic or Christian. Some of them might not have believed in anything at all. And yet they were there in solidarity. Because for that one day, the most important thing became the most important thing. For that day. The most important thing became the most important thing. They weren't studying that evening. They weren't doing presentations. People weren't at malls or movie theaters. They weren't out at restaurants. They were in church. it might be the end. When we are beyond our own resources, we have to reach to the beyond. That is when our faith and our actions meet. What we say we believe becomes reality. So often we might say, well, I'm part of the Me Too movement and I support that. And women should never be abused under any circumstances. And yet, supporting them, we will go out and objectify women. That we might say, I'm wearing a ribbon for suicide awareness because it's such an important thing. People should not be feeling alone and they should not be dying like this. And yet we have to ask ourselves, have we reached out to that person who's alienated or ostracized? When someone has called us and said, I just need to talk, were we too busy? Or we didn't want them to bring us down? Or we thought it was just going to be the same thing again? When we had someone who was getting on the wagon, or maybe trying to detox, to get away from the drugs and the things that, any kind of addiction, and we said to them, yes, come out with us, but I can't be sober, or I'm not going to abstain just because you're trying to beat this thing. Where's the sacrifice there? Are we doing that? That we say we want every student to be successful. Everyone should have a chance to succeed. But have we helped those who are maybe lagging behind? Have we tried to empower those to be better themselves? Or is it just, I got to take care of myself, and I got to achieve? And that's number one. This is where we have that disconnect. To put our faith into action means thinking about the other before the self. It's where the rubber hits the road, really. And first reading from Isaiah, Isaiah's there. He's the prophet. He's like, I let him pluck my beard. I let him treat me horribly, but I'm speaking the truth. That you can see what I believe by the way I live. It echoes with Viktor Frankl from the bowels of Auschwitz, where he says, suffering will inevitably come to all of us. But suffering cuts us down. It pares us down to what is most authentically human about us, which is our ability to love people we don't even know. Think about the crises in your life. Maybe it was a funeral, maybe it was cancer or something else. The people who came out of the woodwork, you might not have even known them. That's what it does. It allows for a lived faith. Jesus challenges us to know who he is. It is not the one who will topple the Roman Empire. It is the one who ultimately will heal us. The one who ultimately gives us that gift of salvation. And people are not always good at listening to what we say. But they are often experts at imitating what we do. Show me your faith without action, and I will show you my faith